didn't really have anything on my mind. I mean, I did earlier and I went to push record and my phone said video recorder failed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I said. I had the okay there button so you can push it. So I guess, you're okay that it failed. I did wake up this morning. I thought, well, maybe this might help people after the experience that I went through. Normally my routine is, well, I mean, when I go to work, stop at Wawa in the morning, pick up a Nas energy drink, and either a burrito, but I've been cutting back on even that. I've been getting the sausage gravy with a biscuit. It's kind of like cream chip beef, same thing. It's light. I normally get that in the morning, and waking up at 6, so eating at like 6:30. And then on weekends, you can get up whenever you want. So if you get up around 10, and you don't eat anything at 6:30 in the morning, then at 10 o'clock when you wake up, you feel lighter. Just a fact. Doesn't matter how much you weigh right now or not, you just feel lighter. So I was gonna just get up and just go get my usual, and then all of a sudden I started thinking, well, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't. How if I just don't? You know what I mean? And then I heard like, no, just go get it. It's no big deal. Just go get it. Not literally. I didn't hear anything. But for those who think that Satan doesn't exist, yeah, well, try doing without something that you're used to doing with, and you tell me if there's a voice that isn't whispering, getting louder and louder until it's like screaming in your ear to go do something. So I said, you know what? No, wait a minute. I think I won't. I'm not gonna get it. And I hear like, oh man, just go and get the same damn thing repetitively, like you always do, Robin. All right? And then I hear that, I'm like, you know what? Forget it. Now, not only am I not gonna go get the same thing that I get usually every morning, I'm going to go, I said, no, I'm not going to do that pattern at that exact moment. No, I'm not doing it. Maybe after, I'm going to go to the park and I'm going to run. I'm going to run first. I'm going to run a mile first before I go get something to eat. And it's just my way of slapping myself in the face. And then it sounded like a good idea. So I went and ran first before I went to Wawa to get my breakfast, my sandwich and everything. Then after I ran, I felt pretty damn good, and my lungs opened up some more. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I just shouldn't even get anything at all to eat at Wawa. How's that, Robin? How you like those apples? And I'll get an energy drink, but this time I'll only get an energy drink. How's that? And I won't get the food that I was normally used to getting. And then I went to Wawa and I got the energy drink. And then I said, you know what? Why don't I just screw this? Why don't I just take a couple sips and then dump it out and waste the $3? That way, eventually, I'll get tired of wasting the $3 and I just won't buy it at all. So it's my way of punishing myself. So it was a good idea for me to run instead of shoving food in my face like I normally do. So now the challenge is, Now the challenge is when I wake up in the morning, not going to Wawa in the morning to get my breakfast sandwich. Maybe not even to get the energy drink. I might even cut that out too. But I'm only going to do it, you know, for tomorrow. I'm going to try it out. It's only one, it's like one example at a time. You don't pressure yourself, so it's like, so you feel forced to do things. You know, people, you know, you just, I don't like being forced to do anything. So kind of reminds me when Steve was forcing me to talk to him on the phone. I had to block him at that time because it was a forceful feeling. So instead of waking up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it always feels better on the weekend. If anybody's trying to maintain weight, lose weight, stay in shape, whatever, you got to get up early. It's like getting up at 6:30, eating, and then getting up at 10 on the weekend and not eating. You feel better doing it. So I'm going to try to not eat until at least 10 o'clock on the weekday. Now, I'm going to try, all right? I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to have this challenge for tomorrow. And then just see where it goes from there. It's just one moment at a time. I remember a long time ago, one of those things that Justin said that he probably didn't realize how important it was when he said it. Probably didn't understand it, how much I would take heed to what he was saying. But that's what it started me with when I did that video saying, hold on 1 minute, because it's about people's patience. Well, I remember a while back, sometime last year, Justin would say, you know, when you're getting ready to take a sip of that water, just hold on, just wait. Just like do it in, like go 15 minutes later, or maybe 10 minutes later, or a half hour later. Or if you're getting ready to eat whatever it was, just hold off and don't eat it. And just wait a little while. Because the importance of doing that one thing at a time is you deny your flesh. And it's about getting those repetitive habits of denying your flesh. So for when those people that don't believe in that Satan exists, and obviously it doesn't believe in God either, well, try doing without. Okay? And you'll recognize that when you think those thoughts are all yours, and they're not, they're Satan's thoughts behind you. If you didn't recognize that from before, you will now. You will now, because all of a sudden there's this thing urging you to go do something that you're normally used to doing. So I commend people for trying to stop smoking cigarettes, trying to stop doing any habit that you've relied on, you know. Because here's what happens in my mind. I'm kicking Satan in his teeth. Because, look, for the first 42 years, fine, Satan, you know. You had me on, you know, well, not the first 40, but the first 40-ish, I'd say, the first 40-ish years. He had me, you know, he had me, man. I didn't know that he was thinking for me. I was drifting off. Even within time going on YouTube. YouTube is the thing that changed my perspective about everything, including myself. You know, I used to have a self-image about myself, but then it's, you know, whatever. It's just whatever. People see you the way they see you, and you see yourself through the eyes of others, if you allow it to continue that way. So all those things is like getting a even if it's just a little victory over your flesh that is run by Satan in this world. The things you desire, like, yeah, food is delicious. It just is. But it's more enjoyable when you do without, and then you can, you don't have to indulge, but even if you hold out for a half hour, even if you hold out for a couple minutes, just deny your flesh and you'll feel a lot better inside. And then, the next day you can go about your business all the same way you did before if you want. But today's experience with me, I purposely did it because I just wanted to experience beating my flesh up again. Not literally, just spiritually. Beating it down because it had this hold of me for so long, and then when you finally realize that these aren't your thoughts, that's when you recognize who is trying to think for you. And then, of course, the angelic side, the good side, is trying to talk you out of those things and try to talk sense to you. So just a suggestion. It's just like waiting a minute. But today, running for that hour, I mean not the hour, the mile, doing that first in the heat instead of going and grabbing something to eat and an energy drink, I at least did something beforehand to like reward. You get like a reward for doing it. And then when you're done running, I decided to just keep going with just hold off on the food today. And I got an ice cream coming towards the end of the day, but that's, it's just the one thing. And if you keep doing that periodically, it's one moment at a time, you'll experience that, and then you'll want to do it again. And then you'll, instead of overindulging in sin sometimes too, whether it's alcohol, drugs, food, whatever you put in your system, instead of overindulging, when you don't indulge like you normally do, and you defeat that sin, that feeling of victory feels way better than the small period of time that you get satisfaction out of sinning for that, that short season that you get to sin for. So what happens in your mind is defeating the sin becomes more therapeutic and enjoyable than the actual sin itself. And that it starts with little increments, like what Justin said. Just if you thinking about getting something to drink right now, just when you're right there, just hold on, be like, let me just wait. It can go either way. Maybe it'll mean absolutely nothing at all, or it'll mean everything in the world, where you start doing those little things one at a time, and you start recognizing where those thoughts are coming from. Because who told you that you were hungry? Right? Who told you to overindulge? Who told you? Who told you you were naked in the Garden of Eden? Exactly. That's the whole point of that verse when God was asking, who told you? He knew who told him, but he's asking them, who told you? That way you can either say, well, I just what I wanted to do. Or you can blame it on Satan and say it's his fault. Or you can recognize that it's Satan and stop blaming him and blame your damn self.